You really know how to pack a house.
There you go. Salud. Salud.
I'm sorry I'm a bit late, Frida. I just got lost on one of my brain viruses. I'm so glad to finally meet you in person. We're gonna have to thank that online website, Existentially Us, for this fortuitous date.
Oh, for sure. No problem. I understand. Excused. But it was an existential brain virus, right? And please feel free to call me by my nickname, Nietsky.
Of course. We have a monopoly on brain viruses. Anything else is merely just simply daydreaming. And please, call me by my nickname, Camus.
Welcome to the Demi-Tasse Cafe, the place where people come to think, drink, and talk existentially. As you can see by our clientele, we have an abundance of brain cells to kill. Would you like to order your drinks now?
What do you have in the way of Chardonnay?
We have an exceptional vintage from our extensive wine cellar for only $30 a glass.
I did not kill my brain cells yet. What does the special happy hour Chardonnay go for?
$5 until happy hour ends in about an hour.
Then send me 3 right away.
Well, I see it does not cost you much to kill your brain cells. Sir, now what will be your liquor selection?
Do you serve absinthe?
Does the Pope serve communion?
Well, what brands do you stock? Is it the real stuff with the wormwood? Because I won't settle for imitations.
We have the finest absinthe one can buy from France at only $45 a glass, our happy hour special.
Yeah, well, at that price, it's happy hour for you, not me when I get the tab.
Would you prefer the $10 imitation, sir?
I take it you're not looking for a very big tip. Send me your best 2 glasses right away.
Oh, Camus, we are going Dutch, right? I'm minored in finance, so if I'm gonna kill my brain cells, I'll do it as inexpensive as possible.
Of course, but we must seek and live our essence at all costs.
For some reason, I don't equate bankruptcy with finding my essence of life.
I'll return with your drinks shortly.
Why are existentialist first dates so awkward? I mean, we're both committed to taking our existence and turning it into the essence of our lives. We both share the same life philosophy.
Agreed. We are both seeking to obtain the essence of life. But we may not share the same existential brain viruses. We must first find the true essence of the meaning of what the essence of life means to each of us. It's like agreeing on a vacation destination, but not agreeing when to go or for how long.
Right, but once we get there, we both live the essence of life. I mean, the destination is the essence, no matter how we get there, correct?
Well, isn't every step on one's journey to be taken as the essence of life?
Yes, but There are days when it must rain on our parade. Amor fati. We must love our fame.
Like when you buy $45 glasses of absinthe and charge it on your credit card at usury interest rates?
Yeah, this is not fate. It's my choice. Simple causation of cause and effect. The absinthe is the cause and the essence the effect. Spending money on a drink is to savor each sip and to induce my mind into a lofty existential mind walks that lead me to my essence of life.
What about the hangover? I mean, this can never be an existential moment of essence, right?
Well, at $45 a glass, I can't afford enough absinthe to get drunk and experience that hangover.
So, a restraint imposed on us to limit our essence by eating and drinking less Epicurean delights, so as to not overindulge and deny our essence. So is our essence to be found by remaining sober and thin? I mean, it sounds more like being an ascetic monk living off of bread and water and wearing the latest designer sackcloth, right?
Well, if this transmutes the monk's existence into his essence of life.
So, Camus, do you think I would look sexy wearing a sackcloth covered in ashes and begging for alms?
Well, it just may bring me closer to finding my essence of life. Would you be wearing sandals or would you be barefoot?
Oh, Camus, I just love all this dirty existential talk. You're such a charming romantic.
Well, just wait till the absinthe kicks in. It is the drink of philosophers and lovers.
Waiter, where's our drinks?
Coming right up.
I think we're facing an existential differential in our thinking.
How so?
Well, you see essence as living in the moment, spending money on expensive liquor and dinners, and then having to save up to repeat that essence at some unknown future date. Where I prefer to experience essence more frequently. Like, what do you do with all of those voids between dining experiences? Is essence to be achieved more frequently by, though offensive to our sophisticated palates, or to be more sporadic super essence moments?
Well, this is an existential conundrum, but seeking essence is a continuum to be lived in the moment. Well, just think, if you forsake the finer liquor and cuisine for a later date and then get hit by the bus, it's like the bird in hand is worth two in the bush enigma. Make your decisions on what you know and can control. Amor fati.
Well, what if you buy the finer liquor and cuisine and don't get hit by the bus and end up with a credit card bill you can't pay? What then? I mean, is this finding your essence of life?
Well, I would find my essence of life in my good luck of still being alive to continue on my search for the essence of life.
But what about the credit card debt?
Oh, I would find my essence by living life in poverty, like the monk. The essence of life is not found in external monetary possessions. But just look at good old Soren Kierkegaard, the existentialist with no regrets. Now that's finding one's essence in the chaos of life.
All this existential dirty talk is turning me on. Waiter, bring me a glass of your best absinthe on the double.
Here are your drinks. Today's happy hour special is the Hagel Burger, complete with a side order of nihilist French fries. Do you need some time to make your choices?
Can you give us a few minutes to analyze our choices?
I should remind you that the happy hour ends in an hour, then you have to pay full fare.
Well, I would like to think that an existential cafe would have an extended happy hour to allow us time to consider our preference for existential cuisine.
I would not suggest getting into one of your existential brain viruses before making your selection. The kitchen closes at 10 p.m.
Well, just choose what your palate savors. I mean, this is the essence of the moment.
Oh, my palate is not going to pay the tab, nor have to work off the calories at some sweaty gym on a treadmill. This is not my definition of essence.
Well, dear sir and madam, At this rate, you're going to starve to death before you even make your decision, and you won't have to worry about burning off calories at the gym. And besides, if you starve to death at my table, I lose the tip as well. I'm practical, not existential.
Look, I would hate to make a bad first impression, but are you a vegetarian or vegan?
Are you asking existentially or from a culinarian perspective? Besides, what are you?
A flexitarian, existentially, and a culinarian. Oh, my free choice of menu options gives me the choice to reach my essence.
Please, I will need to take your orders before happy hour ends. Otherwise, you'll wind up with pretzels and yesterday's Nietzsche's nachos.
When I am under pressure, I cannot find my essence. Fine, I'll have the chicken salad on pumpernickel if it's gluten-free.
And you, sir.
Look, I'll have the Reuben with the sot salad on the side, please. Thank
Good
you.
choices.
What are the bad choices on the menu?
Everything you didn't select.
Oh, so many existential decisions to make on a first date. What do you eat at home, Camus?
Nothing.
Nothing. Please explain.
I just don't like to cook, and then have to deal with the messy cleanup afterwards.
So you don't.
Really sucks the life out of my essence.
So you don't keep food in the house?
Correct. Well, this way I don't have to waste time by just existing, like going food shopping. Just watching all those shoppers existentially lost, trying to find the frozen food aisles and looking through all those absurd discount coupons.
Well, then what if a storm happens and you can't get out?
I would find my essence in fasting.
You're joking. You sound more like a comedian than you do an existentialist. Do you do stand-up comedy?
Is there a difference? And I only do sit-down comedy. It's essentially existential comedy.
This is existential blasphemy.
Well, not if your essence of life is found in laughter and not nihilistic thinking.
Enjoy your dinner.
Are you contemplating why the chef cut your sandwich on a diagonal and mine straight across?
Why? Do you think the chef is a closet existentialist?
Oh, maybe, but I think the chef may be bipolar.
How so?
Well, looks like the chef had a mood swing when cutting our sandwiches. Anyway, I prefer the diagonal cut.
Well, maybe he's a capricious existentialist. Or maybe just a comedian.
Now I know why you're a sit-down comedian. That line would never stand up.
Well, don't blame me for the cut. Blame Pythagoras for inventing the right triangle theorem.
Oh, Camus, all this existential dirty talk is turning me on, and on a first date.
Oh, well, thank you. I must confess, I just purchased the book Existential Dating for Dummies.
A good investment and choice for sure. Did it come with a guarantee to secure your essence?
Well, I won't know until the morning. And then I'll have 3 days to return it if I'm not satisfied.
Well, don't waste your time reading it tonight. Essence is to be found in life, not in books.
Well, you see, we agree on so many things, even if our sandwiches have different cuts. Variety is the spice of life and the path to essence. It's just another page of life for us to turn into the essence of our lives.
I'll drink to this, you romantic little devil.
Do you think the devil is an existentialist?
This is an existential conundrum. What's your take?
Well, if the old devil was seeking his eternal essence by rebelling against God's sanctioning of free will, then only to use his free will to rebel against free will.
Looks like an existential conflict of differential essence.
Well, he's going to have a hell of a time trying to figure it out. Or maybe he's just bipolar.
Maybe hell is his essence.
Well, maybe, but you don't have to create a hell to find your essence.
Oh, for sure. Just think of all the people who create a hell on earth from fear of finding their essence of life.
Quite a nauseating thought.
All this existential talk is such a turn-on. Who said philosophy is boring? It's quite sensual. Keep talking.
Well, on second thought, the devil has to be an existentialist.
Please explain. I'm starting to tingle.
Well, just think. The devil needed to create a place to send the souls of the likes of Nietzsche, who he possessed in order for him to declare God is dead and who denied an afterlife.
He could be a comedian and an existentialist.
Well, just think. He gets some philosophers to write extensively about denying the immortality of the soul, then creates an existential hell just for them to ponder the essence of immortality. What a coup d'etat. I mean, a stand-up act for sure. Can you picture Sartre performing stand-up philosophy at Dante's Inferno? A real hot spot for sure.
I just imagine good old Kierkegaard and Buber looking down from the heavens with glee.
Yes, complete with eternal bragging rights. Now that's essence.
I hope our first date has been as magical for you as it has been for me.
Existentially delightful.
I must compliment you on your choice and cut of suit. Where did you buy it?
Heidegger's haberdashery, of course. Although I must confess, I'm feeling a bit guilty about buying it. I'm not sure if it's just an existential brain virus or a complete existential breakdown.
What are you trying to tell me?
I really want to commend you on your social graces and complimenting my wardrobe choices, but sometimes I feel a bit unsettled wearing such fine threads.
Is this more of your seductive existential dirty talk? I'm all ears.
Well, do you ever think of how many workers' hands were part of fabricating this jacket? I mean, I think of all those workers in some third world nation working in horrid conditions in some sweatshop. They're working long hours for little pay and no benefits, just barely existing. They're living the mythic Sisyphus myth, forever cursed to endlessly pushing a boulder up to the top of the hill, only to have it roll down and again in an endless cycle of despair with no hope of escaping. They will never reach their essence of life, living on the fringes of life. We ever hear them say, amor fati?
This is some really heavy stuff you're throwing at me. Please keep talking. I'm getting really turned on. Existential conversation is my favorite aphrodisiac.
Can we truly and sincerely find our essence of life at the expense of others? I'm sure Kierkegaard and Buber would have a lot to say about this.
Well, are you saying we can only find our essence by helping others find their essence
I
of
feel
life?
existentially trapped in my textile prison.
Oh, well, let me help by freeing you from your textile prison. We can find our essence tonight by helping each other find our essence.
Oh, yes, we can free ourselves from our mere existence and transmute it into the loftiest essence of our lives.
Your place or mine.
Amor fati. Let's just book the penthouse suite at Heidegger's Hideaway. It's right across the street. And we get a 30% discount for being card-carrying existentialists.
Amor
fati. Waiter, bring us the check on the double. Quick.
Thank you, kind sir and madam. Have a pleasant evening. Hope to see you back again soon. You make such a good couple. Good evening. Hey, watch where you're going. We can look up for the bus. My essence of life. Amor fati. Existentialist.